But what if? What if there was something more?
KTM adventure is the best.
I thought I put this on
All
silent.
other bikes wear a little dress. KTM.
KTM.
Hello?
Hello?
Is this Gavin Rodriguez?
Who is this? Yes? This is Gavin speaking.
I heard you've been talking shit about KTM, you little shit. Yeah, well, we at Bajaj heard your cries and... yeah. We have a surprise for you. See you at Kolad.
Kolad? Okay. See you there. Atman, pack up. We're going to Kolad.
Well. Finally, after waiting for so long, the KTM Adventure 390 SW spoked wheels is finally here. Well, what took it so long? I guess someone at KTM or Bajaj thought, I guess we could make some more money. It's about time we come up with something new. And while the rest of us kind of got used to living with the 390 without the adjustable suspension and without the spoked wheels and just the alloy wheels, I guess this is a welcome addition. However, let me warn you about a few things. A, this is not tubeless. So in case you are planning to go touring, getting a puncture is going to be a lot more tedious of an affair with this model than it's going to be with the alloy wheels. So keep that in mind. If you are planning to go touring long distances and stick to the road, then I would suggest sticking to the alloys. The adjustable suspension. Now, since morning, I have tweaked the suspension slightly here and there. You can tweak in about 30 clicks for the rebound and the damping. And let me tell you that does make a difference. I wouldn't say it's a night and day difference, mainly because of just how well the KTM Adventure 390 was set up right out the box. So it didn't really leave a lot to want. Sure, the wheels also add a bit more damping. The wheels also weigh a bit more than the alloys. So keep that in mind. And remember that just because these are spoked wheels, that doesn't mean that they're invincible. You can still bend these. I mean, especially those of you out there that are a bit on the heavier side when you are riding this motorcycle, be a bit more careful about how you adjust the suspension. If you tend to make it a bit too stiff, remember all of that pressure is going to bend the wheel. In fact, I think the other day somebody did manage to do it. But to be fair, it's very hard to bend these wheels. It's not easy. It takes a special kind of negligence, so to say, to manage to do something like that, or just accidents. So yeah. Now, what are the advantages of having these wheels? One big one is that you can come to such terrain and have fun, but so far we've just been riding on the road. We left Kolad and we've been riding around Tamini Ghat, and there's nothing but sweeping corners, and let me tell you, this motorcycle feels absolutely amazing on those corners. With this adjustable suspension and the wheels, the combination just works really well, and full credit to the tires too. They do a fantastic job inspiring confidence in you to go around corners harder. I mean, if you want to lean in with the bike, if you want to counter steer the bike into corners, you can do all of that. It's just so much fun. Now, the suspension is something you're going to have to learn to play with. It can be a bit delicate of an affair depending on your height, weight and riding style. You have I think the best way to learn what the best adjustment for you is just play with the suspension, keep changing the damping every now and then, keep changing the rebound every now and then, and a tweak with the rear monoshock, and then I'm guessing over time you'll find your best suspension setup. If you're the kind of rider who likes to take a pill and along, then again, keep playing with it till you find the right setup for you. If you make it too stiff around this off-road terrain, yeah, it's not going to be very forgiving to you. On the road around Tamini Ghat, the roads are smooth, so it sticks, it's awesome. But if you're on off-road terrain, I would suggest tinker with the suspension. But so far, I am thoroughly impressed. And now that I'm here in Tamini Ghat in the middle of nowhere, this seems like a good playground for off-roading, but no. I'm actually heading to Pro Dirt Adventure, which is this nice, it's a huge piece of land dedicated just for off-roading. It's an off-road academy, and if you are the kind of person that wants to sharpen your skills, I would definitely recommend going there. It's on the outskirts of Pune. It is massive, massive, massive. And now we're going to go there and put this motorcycle through a bunch of obstacles and different tests and see just how well it fares off-road. But on road, so far, I am thoroughly impressed. My only one concern is the puncture factor. So far, we haven't really had a puncture, so I can't complain. But, punctures aren't something that announce themselves. They kind of sneak up on you. So, yeah, so happy with this on-road. Let's go see what it's like off-road.
Oh, what an exhausting day it's been. What an adventurous day. I started my day craving for adventure, begging for it in fact, and now I found more than I could bite off. I mean, adventure found me, to be honest. Well, now going back to what I said about the spoked wheels and the adjustable suspension. So I didn't find a massive difference earlier, but when I played with it a bit more on the tarmac, I noticed that now Tamini Ghat has awesome roads. Once you get ahead of Tamini Ghat and you get closer to Pune, then the roads tend to get a bit more especially around Kamshed, the road from Tamini to Kamshed. Around that point, I tweaked the suspension a bit, and again, it really changed the way the suspension reacted. It made the bike feel a lot more controllable and a lot more comfortable. And I strongly believe that when you are the most comfortable, you are also the most confident. And this motorcycle really does a fantastic job of bringing out all that confidence in you. It always makes you feel like you have another layer of yourself to give, another level of yourself to give, and just eggs you on to keep on pushing yourself. The trick is that you really have to play with the suspension. Now, I do not know how well educated or how well skilled the KTM mechanics are going to be at tuning your bike for you. So I would say that don't rely on them. As an owner, go through the manual, play with the settings. You have nothing to lose. It's so easy. You can tweak the rear suspension, the monoshock with a screwdriver. It's not that hard. But I would say go out there and do it. Play with the suspension, find the best setting. And remember, again, when you wear motorcycle gear, you're adding extra weight to your body. About 7 to 10 kilos depending on the kind of gear you're using. So remember that weight adds to the motorcycle too, and you have to tweak the suspension accordingly. So you can make little notes in your phone. That's what I used to do with my Street Triple. I would have a set of notes for when I want to ride the bike casually in the city, for when I want to go touring just by myself, for when I want to go touring with luggage, for when I want to take a pillion along, or for when I just want to go touring but I want it a bit more responsive or cushy. There's so many things you can extract out of it, and the manual is just a way to get you into it. After that, beyond that, it's all you building a bond with your motorcycle. And I know to a lot of owners that can be quite intimidating, that just want to buy a bike that just feels perfect right out the back. But the truth is that there is no such tool that is just perfect right out the back. It's the skill of the person bearing that tool that makes the tool all the better. And I think that's where you have to train yourself. Now, as much as crap I may have given Bajaj or KTM for being slow in terms of rolling out more ambitious products, it took quite a while for this one to come around. And honestly, I have to admit that they have done a fantastic job in other areas. Sure, you might not get to see bigger KTM bikes yet, but what they have done is they've created an entire school, an experience, an ownership experience, which I really appreciate, which me as a Triumph owner, I don't get. What does Triumph do? Triumph only does stuff for either you have the classic bikes for the old people, or you've got every now and then something for the adventure riders. What do the sport riders do? Nothing. They just I guess they just do charoti. That's all they get. Whereas KTM has built an entire network. You've got long road trips for when you want to go with other fellow KTM riders, road trips that go on to one-day road trips, or road trips that last as long as 15 days, 20 days to some really treacherous terrain. And they put in all the effort and the legwork and get the experts to go and try out these roads and help you push yourself. You have classroom sessions, you have adventure sessions, you have gravel sessions, you have little touring sessions. And as a brand, I have to commend them. I have to commend them for putting in that work and creating that network. I may not agree with their product strategy. I may not agree with the fact that they are not as ambitious with the way they handle the brand with the products, but you have to agree. They are creating the future riders. They are the ones who are training you to be better. Because if you cannot handle a 390, then you are not ready for the 790 adventure, or the 890 adventure, or the 1290 adventure, or any adventure for that matter. What I recommend to you is start small. If not KTM, if you don't like KTM, maybe a Hero X Pulse, something easygoing, something to kick you off, get you into adventure, and then go on further ahead. Because for me, I ride an X Pulse on a daily basis, so moving from an X Pulse to an adventure, there is so much more power here. Sure, the X Pulse is lighter, it has its advantages, but there's no power there. And you have to remember, with great power comes great responsibility. And this motorcycle can be very forgiving. And today, yes, I did fall. I didn't fall, I did drop the bike. I'm sure Atman's gonna play a slow-mo video of me just falling right now. Alright, so those of you that had a good laugh watching me screw up, yeah, haha. But like I said, when I fell, there was nothing that happened to me. Look at the motorcycle, I dropped the bike on the right, nothing, not a single scratch on the motorcycle. And I think that's a true testament of good, strong build quality. And you know what? I'll go a step further and I'll tell you that with my KTM, I was never afraid of dropping it. You know why? Because they're so affordable. Parts are so cheap. Yeah, okay, yeah. I think the main problem with parts is the scarcity of them. You'll have to wait for some time for your part to come. But it's not that the part is expensive. It's just the waiting period that really bothers me. And I think these guards, these hand guards, they do a fantastic enough job. I don't have a single scratch on the motorcycle. I don't have a single scratch on me. And I had an adventurous, beautiful day today. And I would like to give special thanks to Nelly and Sunny that run Pro Dirt Adventure. You should definitely hit these guys up if you want to learn a lot more. They work in collaboration with KTM, so a lot of the KTM rides you'll find these people. But in case you're not a KTM rider, you just want to come and get yourself up to grips, do come and check it out in Kamshet over here, Pro Dirt Adventure. You will learn so much with these guys. I promise you, if you're riding an X-Pulse, you will not feel a lack of power if you train with these guys, because your skills will be so much better that you'll be able to extract so much more out of that limited power that you have. So, wonderful motorcycle. I don't know why it took so long, but it's finally here, guys. Do I still think that this is the all-out solution for all your dirt needs? No, I still don't think so. I still think we need a proper 390 Adventure Enduro. This motorcycle brings the perfect balance between road and off-road riding. And now the fact of the matter is that if you're going on long trips, right, if you're not going to leave the road all that much, I don't think you need the spoked wheels. I prefer the sense of security you get with the alloy wheels. If you have a puncture, you can fix the puncture. It's not that hard. But if you are going to go off-road every now and then, if you find yourself going off of broken roads a lot more, yes, this is the choice you should go for. And it is well worth the money. You pay slightly more, true, but you get so much more. And as your skill set grows, you can extract more and more out of it. Power, electronics, or the regular 390 Adventure, not changed, still the same. I heard a few people complain about the quick shifter not responding as much. I personally didn't have any problem at all like that today. It was quite responsive, even when I was riding off-road. Even with these boots on, it was actually, because with these boots, they're so thick, you don't have as much feel with Enduro boots. But with the quick shifter, you don't have to worry about, oh, am I hitting the pedal or no? You can just shift, you don't have to worry about the clutch. Now, two problems that I do have with this motorcycle. Apart from the fact that these are not tubeless. That's one problem. Three problems then. So they should have been tubeless. That would have been better. I wouldn't mind paying slightly more for the tubeless ones if given the option. But yeah, that's one gripe I have. Second problem. I wish that the motorcycle, when you were in off-road mode and you put off traction control, it left traction control off. The best way to keep traction control off is not to switch off the kill switch, is to just let go of the clutch and cut off the bike, and that way you stay traction control off. Otherwise, each and every time you have to put the bike on, press the set button, go to the menu, go to the motorcycles menu, select MTC, put MTC off, and it's a long, tedious process, and I don't want to do that when I'm trying to battle trails and I'm trying to battle exertion, you know. Third thing I'd want to mention is I wish that like with few BMW motorcycles, higher end BMWs, you get sort of a combi brake system when you put the bike in off-road mode. And I think I would have liked that option to be there as part of the electronics, because to me as a rider, if I'm new to off-roading, it can be quite intimidating to use my feet. When I'm using my feet to just grip the bike, it can just be too much for me to process. So having the ability to be able to engage both brakes from just the front lever, if I put the bike in off-road mode, gives me a lot more control. And I wish there was a setting like that. I think that would have made life a lot easier. That way I could have just focused my legs on just gripping and use my upper body for everything else. And if there was that option, that would have been awesome. So KTM, if you're listening with your next update, please add that little feature. I don't know how much mechanical wizardry would you have to pull off, or electronic wizardry, but I would recommend please put it off, because a lot of the riders that are entering this segment or buying these motorcycles are usually novice riders off-road. So that would make their life a lot easier. So yeah, that being said, at a price of about 3,60,000, I think this is well worth the money. And it's funny, at some point we used to laugh at the Kawasaki Versys 300 because it costs about almost 4 or 5 lakhs, and this one comes very close to that price margin. But compared to the Kawasaki Versys 300, you get so much more on this motorcycle. And at one point, I would have hesitated to spend that money on a Versys 300, but I don't think I would hesitate with this motorcycle. So, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please do comment if you liked it, and like, share, subscribe. We tried something new. We tried to be a bit more playful this time as compared to before, and otherwise we're not, but we're a bit more. But yeah, do let us know if you like this video. If you don't like this video, then yeah, please send me a DM. Don't leave dirty comments. It hurts my feelings. No, I'm just kidding, guys. You can leave the comments below. I have a thick skin. I fell a lot today, so you know, that's how I just get thicker, I guess. Thicker. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching. This is Gavin Rodriguez signing off. My fellow KTM fanboys, my fellow Bajaj lovers, I have a confession. I have sinned. For you see, I have questioned the will of the big conglomerate Bajaj, and I'm sure I'm not going to get invited for the next event. My family is going to disown me. My friends are not going to talk to me anymore, guys. I don't know what to do. I guess there's no point living anymore. It was lovely working with you, Top Gear. It was lovely riding this bike. If there had to be any bike I rode towards the end of my life, couldn't think of a more fitting motorcycle. But goodbye, Cruel World. Goodbye, Top Gear India. Bye, Atman. It was lovely shooting with you. I'm gonna miss all my close friends and the people at Top Gear.
Gavin!